How you doing? My name is Tommy Charles. I'm the CEO of the Speakers of Organization LLC. There's some things that I want to talk about on a short video, on this short video, and some other short videos, things that bother me. And I believe as we live on this earth that we should stand for things that's constructive. And I understand there's always going to be people who don't want to learn. There's always going to be people that just want to stay ignorant, and there's always going to be people that just want to stay stupid, and that's just the way of life. It's always been like that. This is the way it is while I'm on this earth living, and it's going to be this way after my death. But there's still some things that I want to say to hopefully it enters somebody's heart and they can look at themselves from the outside in, and hopefully they'll want to change. And that's why the name of this company is the Speakers of Organization LLC, because what we stand for, what we promote, and the things that we do is to put things in order and to cause things and to say things where people will hopefully sit back and say, wow, I need to change and start working on myself. Because we live in a world where people don't think about God. People, they just live their lives every day and don't give God one thought. So one of the subjects I want to mention today is the stupidity of drug dealers. How really drug dealers are dumb and they're not wise at all. And the reason why, and specifically, all drug dealers are stupid, whether it's from a government level, city level, state level, or whoever it may be, an individual. It doesn't matter. All drug dealers are dumb. But one of the type of drug dealers I want to deal with is of my culture and of my bloodline, who they call black people, the so-called black people, the so-called African Americans. How dumb they are is because, number one, of our status in this country and in this world. We're looked upon as being actually a low-level minded people, a low level of living people. When you talk about, when people mention African American, black, colored, or whatever they want to call themselves, and when they mention the word ghetto, that's what I want to say. When they mention the word ghetto, they think of my bloodline and they think of my culture. Usually people that's really on the low end, that's considered to be on the lower towing pole, are people that really seem like they should really have themselves together and band together to make themselves better and to make themselves stronger as a people. But we have, who I want to address, drug dealers of my bloodline who's destroying their own culture and their own people, and they don't care. And they're easily to be influenced. Why? Because when you have a people or a person, individual, or individuals that come from a neighborhood or an area that's not rich in materialistic things, they don't have nice cars or driving very nice cars, living in nice homes, or their furniture may not be the best. They may not have their best clothing because of the lack of jobs or whatever it may be. It's easy and very easy for those that's wealthy and rich to offer you and say, come here, look here, let me say something to you. I want you to sell this right here, this poison, and I want you to sell it to your people because you can get very rich. You can have cars, houses, jewelry, or whatever you want to do if you only sell this poison right here to your people. Now it's going to break up families. It's going to break up children. It's going to break up men. When you sell this poison right here, it's going to cause a lot of y'all to be in the prison, because what must be understood as the system is hypocritical. And this is what they said to you. Here, sell this poison right here. But if you get caught selling it, we got some prisons waiting for you where you're going to be locked up in a jail cell like an animal, like a dog. And people, they flock to it. So really one thing I want to speak to drug dealers today and really tell you, you're not wise. Actually, you're dumb and you're stupid. And especially those of the, and I look at it as, according to scripture in my study, as we're Hebrews. but I'm not going to get into that right now. But I want to address who they called African Americans, a continent, which there's 53 nations, countries in what they call Africa, the land of Kemet. And then you have this country right here. Africa is a continent, and the definition of a continent is a landmass. So that's what they say you are. But I want to say, if you were wise, you wouldn't sell drugs, poisoning people, destroying families. How many people are in prison right now because of you, whoever, if you're listening, you're a drug dealer selling drugs. You're destroying families, you're destroying children, and you need to stop it. It's going on, and it's been going on for a long time. And number one, I'm going to say to you, all drug dealers, I don't care who you are, how big you are, how much you can bench press, where you live, you're destroying people, and you're destroying communities. You're destroying neighborhoods. And actually, by being a drug dealer, you're proving how weak-minded you are, because you couldn't resist the temptation. So you went out and you destroyed women. You sold crack. And the system that hates you brought this opportunity to you. And not only did they bring it to you, but now they told you to sell it to among your people, to destroy your people, to help destroy your people. And that's what you do. So how can you complain and cry when police brutality happens, or when something happens to the bloodline of your family, when you have other cultures that do things against your bloodline, when you're doing it yourself? And also you all that kill each other. The young boys, you have no leadership, you had no mature mind, and you had no morals, and that's why you're the way you are. That's why you do the things that you do. And then you say you love your children, and the ones that's brought up, that's under you, that you say you love, but yet you don't teach them morals. Women, it's just crazy. This whole earth is out of whack. Families are out of whack. The mentality of people are out of whack. And I come from a bloodline that was brought, even though there were plenty black people, who they call black people, in this country, before this country and this landmass and this territory was the United States. A lot of us were brought over from the continents of what they call Africa, the land of Kemet. You see, and we were brought over here as slaves, and countless people died. You can look up all the time. Go to my timeline on Facebook, Tommy Charles, and look at my timeline. I post a lot of positive and true things on my timeline. And all those people died. You were lynched, hung, raped. Your children was alligator bait. Back in the 1900s, the police brutality had no respect for you, and they kill our bloodline now. And on top of that, you're killing us too. You who they call young boys, walking around with your pants hanging off your behind. You know, and it's just foolishness, no standards. And you need to stop. It's time to cut all this out. It's time to cut all this out and quit letting society dictate to you how you're supposed to act. And be real men and be real women. Conduct yourself like a woman. Conduct yourself like a man. And that's what you need to do, and cut out all this foolishness. Stop selling drugs to your own people. I have a company called the Speakers of Organization, LLC, and we're hiring. You can get online with us and on board with us to help make the income that you need to support and build up families, to build up and bring households together. You don't have to sell yourself out selling poison. And God is looking at all of this. So what do you think it's going to be? Because none of us are going to be here forever. We're all going to have a death day. So what are you going to do? Are you going to continue to be stupid, dumb? And I can't say ignorant, because ignorant means you just don't know. But everybody knows the effects of drugs. You got people out here that they have to deal with life's pressures, so they take drugs, do crimes, and steal. But then when you hear about police brutality, oh, the police killed us, they just beat this man, they tried to break his neck. And you complain and cry when you out there yourself selling drugs. And then they have a jail cell waiting for you, sentencing. Everything is a monopoly and hypocritical. You cannot expect fairness to be in the house of Satan. The house of Satan, it'll never be any fairness. It'll never be any truthfulness. It'll never be any realness. And out of all of this, you have a soul. You are a created being. So what are you going to do? Are you going to continue to be ignorant and stupid and dumb? Or are you going to put your pants up, act like a man, act like a woman, and carry yourself as that? So I ask you today, what are you going to do? It's time out. Time out for the foolishness. And I speak this to all of you all out of love. And I'm hoping to reach, if I can just reach one person that'll hear this. My whole company is about positivity. It's about doing things for people. It's about creating a way for people. Hoping that whoever can wake up and see the foolishness and the madness that we live in. And it's time to cut it out. It's time to cut it out. And that's what it's time to do. It's been time to cut it out. What are you doing for the generations that's coming after you? You want your son and your daughter to be a drug dealer. You want somebody to sell drugs to your family. Then you end up in a prison system, locked up like an animal. You got to sit on the toilet in front of people. Then God gave us a sex. We all get horny. You see what I'm saying? So what you going to do? Have sex and put your penis all up in another man, up in another man's behind? And what you going to do, women, when you locked up selling drugs, huh? Licking each other's click? What you going to do? And I'm just being raw with it. You pass gas and you got to deal with the smell because you can't go out through the bars. Steel doors locking up, and then you got you foolish fellas out here bragging about how much time you did. You know how dumb you sound? How stupid you sound? Oh, I did this, man. Yeah, they gave me so X amount of time. You sound foolish and stupid. And then to be locked up as a manhood, Satan got your mind twisted. Your mind is twisted. Anybody that thinks being a man is being locked up as a prison is cool and hip. No, it takes a stronger man, it takes a stronger woman to stay out of prison. Now for all of you all that's locked up innocently because you didn't do nothing, I'm not talking to you because I understand the system is corrupt also. You understand what I'm saying? But you ain't tough. You're showing the weakness of your mind and your mentality by selling drugs to your own people. Helping divide your own people. Always remember, division is always weakness. Togetherness is strength. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I ask you that. And if I'm lying, be upset with me. But if I'm telling the truth, you can't be upset with me. Somebody got to sit here and tell you the truth because I don't care. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'll die. I'd rather die and be real with people than live my life because I'm scared and fearless to say things. Fearful to say things. That's not what I'm about. I've never been about that. You already got enough against you. You got liquor stores, drug papers that they sell in your communities, in your neighborhoods, just because they know you're going to buy it. Malt liquor, companies and corporations ain't not doing nothing for you. They ain't doing nothing for you. But you boast and brag on what you drinking their products. And they ain't doing nothing but destroying your family, making you an alcoholic. Got drug advertising billboards in your neighborhoods, and you accept, and you can't even see the war and the things that's been declared on you. You can't even see because your mind is in your own little world. They got all these type of papers for you to smoke your weed on because they know you stupid enough and you the ones going to do it. They don't have those in the rich people's neighborhoods and in other cultures. There's no liquor stores on every neighborhood. There's no liquor billboards and advertisements and liquor stores on every corner where they live. But yet where you live, it's all right with you. So your mind is weak. And you need to come out your foolishness and your stupidity, wise up and be strong. That's what That's what makes a strong man and a strong woman, to fight against those things that's evil. And that's what you need to understand. And I hope I said enough to help you think. And my topic on this video is drug dealers are stupid. They about as stupid as they come. And actually the drug dealers I want to address, like I wanted to address, are my bloodline and my culture. You're even more stupid. Because we have all of this stuff in the world that's facing us, and things that we have to continually fight for. And out our whole life, from birth until death, we got to fight on some things, because we're in a country that don't accept us. And yet you're helping destroying your own people by distributing drugs to your own people and family. You're weak-minded and you need to get strong. And those are the things I want to say to you.